scores without giving up a goal. Baltimore will wear their home reds with yellow and white trim. San Diego wearing gold with blue shorts on the road. And we see immediately that Baltimore is putting tremendous pressure on the ball. Kenny Cooper had said he tried all the strategies he could come up with. Well, maybe that's not exactly true.
One thing they're going to do for sure, Al, is they're going to pick up at the red line defensively.
It is a battle in the corner between Martin Donnelly, a rugged defender, and Pat Ercole of Baltimore. And Ercole, right off the bat, is being given a warning by Toros Cabricci, one of the two officials in the game. The other being Gino DiPolito, who will patrol the near boards. It is Wierzchowski and Donnelly on defense, with Gene Wilrich, Kaz Dana, and Julie V up front for San Diego. Nick Mangione starts with Nicky Nikolic, a surprise starter for Baltimore. Cooper mixing things up a little bit. Peter Baralich will range through the midfield along with Mike Stankovic and Pat Ercole up front. San Diego leads in the series 2-0. It is a best of 5.
Already a lot of physical play by Baltimore. That's their third foul in less than 40 seconds.
Kaz Dana lays it off for Julie V right through the box. And there to sweep it away is Pat Ercole. Kept in by V, scrambling to clear is Stankovic, and they call a foul on V. Now Scott Manning is screaming at his defender, Nicky Nikolic. Kyle, I don't know about you, but I would think that deep down Baltimore's confidence has to be tremendously damaged. And if San Diego comes out and scores 1 or maybe 2 goals, that Baltimore would just kiss the season goodbye.
Well, they'll think it's the same story all over again, just another verse. But Baltimore, a team with playing their experienced players tonight, starting the game. You see it right out on the field right now, players that have a lot of years. The only one that doesn't is really Nicky Nikolic. Excuse me, Nicky Mangione.
The silky smooth West German Gene Wilrich is battling with Peter Baralich. It is still right through the box. Scott Manning raced to the far post. Luckily for him, no one was there for San Diego to attempt a shot. Once again, Baltimore slides into the San Diego zone. Ercole just misses wide. Baltimore getting off the first very dangerous shot of the game. Alan Mayer's net still undented. Foul against Baltimore.
You told you the Baltimore players had been called the blue-collar brutes from Chesapeake Bay, and they're playing that way. A very physical style. Have nothing to lose.
A couple of new players on the field for the Baltimore Blast, and he counts. That's him with the ball, an important defensive player. Here's Peter Baralich. He comes in with Joey Fink. Baralich across from Mangione. The shot! And Mayer makes the save as Joey Fink was waiting on the left wing to rip in that rebound. But there was not one. Nico Roman intercepted by Joey Fink. And I sense a difference in the confidence of Baltimore, the way they're pursuing the ball.
Remember, this field 20 feet shorter here at the Civic Center than most fields in the MISL.
Foul against San Diego's Vidal Fernandez. And with 12:35 to go in the first quarter, Baltimore restarts the play. Heinz Wirtz with McWilliams and Fink up front. McWilliams has the ball tackled away by Julie V. And another whistle stops play.
You don't think emotions are strong? Julie V today incurred the wrath of everybody in Baltimore when he said, "Gentlemen, it's simply a game of men against boys." And Mitch Burke, the GM of Baltimore, said, "That's a funny thing for a man with a girl's name to say."
Wow.
So you even got secretaries getting hot on this one.
Well, Julie also said the other night, this is like a boxing match. Baltimore should throw in the towel, but they won't do that. Early pressure by the Baltimore Blast. But the San Diego defense has been like a sponge. They've absorbed everything that Baltimore has thrown their way. San Diego has won 12 games in a row and finished with the best record in the league. Julie V tries to dance around Nicky Nikolic. The ball is kept alive in the Blast zone. Dana in front. Dana with Fernandez trying to settle it down for the Sockers, but Dave McWilliams comes away with it. McWilliams, the former All-American, brings it right wing for Bunch.
It was a 4-on-3 fast break for Baltimore, and the pass out to Heinz Wirtz, the high-scoring attacking defender. And he's done something that hasn't been done, as Al said, for over 2.5 hours against the San Diego defense, and that is find the net with that rocket red ball.
And so the shutout string of Alan Mayer comes to a close at 158 minutes 52 seconds. A tremendous feat, but now he can forget about it.
And on the kick-in, Peter Baralich put Julie V on his back. Pretty difficult to do on her. Restart after a goal, but he did it.
Peter Baralich breaks up the restart, and he crisscrosses with Mike Stankovic. Baralich races into the zone, bounces one in front, but he was pressured tightly by Cha-Cha Namdar. Out comes Eric Geyer of the Sockers. Manning picks up that rolling ricochet around the boards. For Heinz Wirtz, his 9th of the playoffs at 4:30 of the first quarter. Stankovic on the left side, marked by Geyer. Stankovic worked for a worse shot than he had originally. And a kick in for the San Diego Sockers. Julie V will take it.
Well, Al, even the mayor got involved today at the press conference. The mayor came in and did kind of a pep rally, and Coach Ron Newman of the San Diego Soccer said that he likes Hans Christian Andersen too. He believes in fairy tales. So things are getting emotional, and you've got more than just a sport in the city of Baltimore tonight. It's a city against a city. And as you said at the open, Al, a renaissance that the people of Baltimore do not want to see end tonight.
Stankovic feeds Baralich. The Yugoslavian wizard. Kick save by Alan Mayer. Baralich really working tonight. What a strange story it is. Baralich, a problem for Kenny Cooper in that on the road, he's only about half the player he is at home. But it is a contract year, and strange things happen. And a foul against San Diego's Julie V. Free kick for Baltimore. 10:01 to go. In the first quarter, Baltimore on the board first. 1-0 they lead. Ercole right down the pipe. Slides inside. His shot was blocked by Wilrich. Wierzchowski for Hilkes. Met by Wirtz. And Baltimore comes away with it. Danny Counts made a rugged defensive play.
Obstruction on Julie V, as Julie V made a pretty rugged defensive play too. Blocked the line of flight of Danny Counts' run as Counts played the ball against the boards to himself.
We should point out that having their backs to the dasherboards is nothing new for the Baltimore Blast this season. They went to the final game against New York and finally beat them. They went to the final game against Cleveland and finally beat them. Well, they've got a lot of work ahead of them before they go to the final game, but certainly they're facing a must-win situation again. Joey Fink out for Jim Polahan. Now Danny Counts moves one right to the corner for McWilliams. He battles Guy Newman. The loose ball out for Wirtz. And a saving tackle by Gene Wilrich. And now Lawrence Hilkes goes left wing for number 15. Goal! How's that for a counterattack? Kyle, that was a very tough angle.
And the skill that was required to not only score the goal, but for Lawrence Hilkes to even get the pass off and to control the ball was incredible. There's Hilkes in midfield. He's already beaten several players. Now with one pass beats 3 more. And Wilrich hits the ball high as Scott Manning comes all the way outside the box. There you see going just underneath the crossbar, and silence has once again descended upon the Civic Center.
Gene Wilrich scores his 5th goal of the playoffs, and Lawrence Hilkes with a fine assist. It's 1-1 with 9:03 to go in the first quarter. Road Jr. as we continue our coverage of the 5th Major Indoor Soccer League Championship Series. San Diego leads 2-0 in a best-of-5. If they win tonight, they are the champions in their very first year in this league. Heinz first with a quick restart. Danny counts along the boards with 8:40 to go in the first quarter. It's 1-1.
And Gino DiPolito calls another foul against San Diego, and he is incurring the wrath of those players.
An absolutely packed house at the Civic Center. Even the White House was denied tickets for this one.
DiPolito calling Adi Coker over for a word of caution about his response to that last call.
Danny counts, ripped one off the face of Adi Coker, but he didn't even blink. Fernandez being pressured in his own zone by Joey Fink. A pass for Palahan that he could not control. And now he gives it away for Fernandez. It's 3-on-3. Fernandez on the right side now for Siri Mora. But Jim Palahan, the experienced defender that he is there to recover his own loose ball. Morris takes it right away. Fernandez for Adi Coker. Rips one off the post. Rebound outside for Fernandez, and that shot was blocked by Wirtz. 7:55 to go in the first quarter. Martin Donnelly for Adi Coker, running onto the pass, and Danny Counts beats him there.
I disagree with that one, but it's not mine to call.
Well, they called a foul against Danny Counts. Center of your screen, free kick Sockers. Martin Donnelly took the shot. It hit the back of a Baltimore defender. Now finally it goes over to the blast.
Lots of whistles. I believe, Al, the referees sensing the physical struggle that's ensuing.
Scott Manning in goal for Baltimore. He replaced Keith Van Aaron in each of the first 2 games. Seeing limited action against San Diego. I guess Kenny Cooper just felt that he had to make a change no matter what the cost. Not that putting Scott Manning in is a liability, but certainly he was not this team's #1 goalkeeper as he makes a fine save there on a low, surprising shot. Ercole. Kaz Dana intercepts and sends it ahead for Julie V. Running onto this ball is Eric Geyer. He rips one off the glass. Stankovic is there on the rebound. Peter Baralich almost gives it away. Now finally he does. Namdar for Dana in the corner. And a pestering little job by Nick Mangione, and Baltimore comes away with it. Baralich for Stankovic. Baralich, what a save by Alan Mayer. Baralich got himself wide open, a situation he hasn't seen very much of. What a play by Baralich on the back flip over his right shoulder. I think Mr. Baralich is kind of keyed up for this game.
Well, you won't see many players try that on the field. It's a great trick of every young soccer player who's working on his skill development. It's rare to see it work on the field, but it did certainly catch all of us, including the San Diego defenders, off guard.
Pat Ercole, number 11 for the Blast, being marked by Kaz Dana, San Diego. And that high-pressure press by the Sockers comes away with the loose ball, but Nicky Nicholas takes it away. Now Julie V does likewise. And the super shooter for San Diego, Julie V, just sends it back. And how pumped up Scott Manning must feel in the nets for Baltimore. He could be a big hero tonight. Here's Dave McWilliams. McWilliams trying to get around Lawrence Hilkes. But Hilkes was wise to the move attempted by number 6. Well, for the Sox, the pressure of the shutout string has been eliminated. It is 1-1 with 5:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Wilrich, Manning another save. The quick outlet pass intended for Dave McWilliams. Kept alive by Joey Fink. Fink with a nice move. Had the whole net, couldn't knock it in. Gene Wilrich broken up by Danny Counts. Thrown away by Joey Fink. He's got McWilliams on the left side. The Big Mac attack on the move. Fink cuts the center again. The two defenders collapse on him. Along the near side, Heinz Wirtz keeps it in for the Blast. Danny Counts for Nicky Nikolic.
Tripping on McWilliams.
And it will be a free kick for San Diego. For the longest time this year, the Baltimore Blast had the top record in the league. Then down the stretch of the season, their specialty teams deserted them a little bit, and they lost 10 of 16. And they lost their top record to the San Diego Sockers, but just prior to the series, the Baltimore Blast had gotten their game back on track. But somewhere over Tulsa, Oklahoma, flying out to San Diego, they lost it. Heinz Wirtz with a nice tackle and another nice tackle. One-on-one is Dave McWilliams with Gary Collier. McWilliams got all of it, but missed by about a foot. Heinz Wirtz tries to get his second goal of the game. Well, no question about one thing. The San Diego Sockers are being tested a great deal more than they were in the first two games. Another great question I was asked by so many people who had seen only the scores of those first two games, Kyle, was, is Baltimore that bad, or is San Diego just that great?
Well, I think everybody knows that San Diego has played better than anyone expected them, and all Ron Newman has had to do is put Alan Mayer on the field and add 5 players from his bench, and they've all played right at their capabilities, played within themselves, played within their abilities. Players like this, number 11, Vidal Fernandez, like this, Guy Newman, number 13, and Kazi Dana, everybody knows is a great player.
I asked Ron Newman whether he would do anything different tonight. He said, no, we're not even going to change our underwear. So there are 16 pairs of dirty underwear on the San Diego Sockers bench. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. 1-1 is the score. A lot of pressure by Jim Callahan. He's already won one championship and would love to win another. Fernandez keeps it alive, but a foul against Baltimore and a quick kick by the Sox. Dana for Fernandez, whose shot is blocked by Wirtz. Heinz Wirtz for Peter Barrelett, and back for Danny Counts. Callahan trying to slide around Adi Coker, but Kaz Dana is there to pick up the loose ball. Coker was going to go off the field. Now he stays back on and gives it away. Stankovic for a pass for himself. Not an easy thing to attempt when you're running at full speed, to attempt a shot that is truly a pass for yourself. Now back the other way. Lawrence Hilkes tackled away by Jim Callahan. Nick Mangione on a whistle, and Mangione now is going to get a penalty, and a foolish one.
That will drive Kenny Cooper up the wall. It's 1-1.
We're back at the Civic Center in Baltimore as we focus in on a man advantage for the San Diego Sockers. Nick Mangione slammed the turf in disgust. Now he's probably kicking the penalty box in disgust. He's in for unsportsmanlike conduct. The only thing the Blast can take solace in is that the Sockers this year were only 1 for 13 in man advantage opportunities. Wilrich rips one off the shins of Jimmy Callahan. We should also point out that this is the third time that San Diego has visited Nick Mangione and the Baltimore Blast here at the Civic Center, and they have failed in an attempt to win both times. They were 0-2 this year.
In the playoffs, Baltimore continues to find itself with high numbers of penalties. Last game, Baltimore 4 penalties, 0 for San Diego, 1 man advantage goal for San Diego. Game number 1, 3 penalties. San Diego converted on 1 of those.
Martin Donnelly with Gene Wilrich, Kaz Dana, Julie V, and Vidal Fernandez. Here comes Baltimore looking to score a shorthanded goal. Now, the reason they did that is that Alan Mayer was all the way out at the red line. They had hoped to capture the Sockers off guard by launching one over the head of Mayer, but he scooted back just in time. Donnelly for Wilrich. And the little Belfast spark plug sends it back for Wilrich. To the corner for Fernandez. Bounces one in front for V. And in an uncharacteristic result, V spins it off the outside of his right foot.
San Diego having a little bit of difficulty getting penetration because Baltimore's playing a diamond defense. San Diego playing a 1-2-2. And it allows Baltimore to match up on the outside one-on-one. It leaves one sweeping defender to cover 2 San Diego forwards. So can San Diego get the ball in, then it becomes a different story. It's to their advantage. But on the perimeter, Baltimore has them even up.
Scott Manning, who was just hanging out in Charlotte, North Carolina prior to this season. Then Mick Poole retired, and Kenny Cooper gave him a phone call. And here he is, in goal for the Blast in a game that they just simply must win. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage for the San Diego Sockers. Donnelly intercepted by Polahan, and he just clears it up into the crowd. Up on the scoreboard, it's flashing no goal patrol, and that's an appropriate name for this penalty killing unit of Baltimore. They were one of the league's best throughout the year. Donnelly for Dana. Mentioned earlier, they wound up this season with the best record in the league and put a lot of that on the league's MVP, Alan Mayer, who now is being attended to in front of his own goal here at the Civic Center. At halftime, you'll want to stay tuned. We're going to take a look back and just give a salute to the former champions of this league, the team that everybody feared for 4 long years, the New York Arrows. We'll have a look back at halftime as Mayer slowly gets his way up onto his feet. He doesn't worry about very much, but he's worried a little bit right now.
The concerned look of a father watching his young son for the first time do something on his own.
Well, it looks as though Mayer will stay in. His effectiveness will be determined throughout the remainder of this game. We have but 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Mayer's record in the playoffs, unblemished, 7-0. Let's go back and look at it one more time.
On the outside, there's the shot. Let's see how he lands. Well, it doesn't look like anything that unusual. Perhaps just compressed his back on the hip. We've seen him holding his back. So with 2 seconds left to play on that free kick, Alan Mayer propped up against the boards.
Well, it did not look unusual compared to some of the crazy antics we've seen these goalkeepers go through in the 1 quarter of play. 1-1's the score. We're back at the Civic Center in Baltimore, Maryland on a big night for playoffs on USA. The Stanley Cup and the Major Indoor Soccer League Championship Series. This is game 3. The Sockers took the first 2 games in San Diego, and here after 15 minutes, it's 1-1. And why shouldn't Baltimore think that they can do what San Diego has done, win 2 games in their own building?
They should. In fact, not only the possibility, but the probability was that San Diego would win both games there. in this best 3 out of 5 series. 3 of the games 1, 2, and 5 to be played in San Diego. Games 3 and 4 here in Baltimore. And because of the better record on the regular season, San Diego 32-16, Baltimore 30-18. It gives San Diego that home advantage for the last game. And particularly the way San Diego plays at home, they've now, I believe, won, 18 in a row at home. And Baltimore has been no slouch at home, winning well over 80% of its games. 19-5.
These two teams had the best home records in the league. They were both 19-5 during the regular season. As we're underway in the second quarter, San Diego Sockers with the ball. Lawrence Hilkes, number 9, blocked down in front by Nick Mangione. As Mike Stankovic sends Lawrence Hilkes, who was knocked down twice in game 2. He's down again on the field.
And indeed, he was listed as Nick Mangione is trying to get him up off the ground to avoid any sympathy from the referees.
Well, I guess we should point out, as Ron Newman says, that the San Diego Sockers are not going to change anything, not even their underwear. We can rest assured that Kenny Cooper has changed his underwear. He wants to just disassociate himself with that last lost weekend in San Diego for sure. Scott Manning. Nick Mangione just got hit with a San Diego sandwich and then got hammered by Gary Collier, but no whistle on the play, and the Sockers play on. I guess only if you've traveled with a team at one point in your life can you imagine how quiet that flight back to Baltimore was after the 2 losses out west. Siri Mora battling Mike Stankovic. It's the 2 number 5s in the corner. The Sockers come outside for Eric Geyer. Geyer can't get around Peter Barelich.
Obstruction is the call on Barelich. But it was DiPolito. There was a man. It was Mora in the corner for the advantage. Oh, gosh.
Eric Geyer somehow found that one through a maze and really ripped one. Eric Geyer, a man that Ron Newman never wanted to give a tryout to, certainly has found a home on the soccer team, and he tested Scott Manning, and Manning came up with a beautiful save. Geyer making a run in the corner, sliding behind the Baltimore defense, but Peter Barelich is there. We understand we've had some audio problems in our telecast so far tonight. We apologize for that. Here's Peter Barelich. He wants to make some noise of his own. Mangione. A lot of time. Here's Stankovic in the slot. Barelich. Ercole trying the back heel, but he had a bad angle. Mangione keeps it alive. Baltimore waiting perhaps for too perfect a shot.
Well, San Diego doing a good job of cutting off the passing lanes, too.
Stankovic cuts the center. Nice tackle by Chacha Namdar.
Pretty nice tackle by Mangione as well.
Possession still belongs to the Blast. 1-1's the score. We're 2 minutes and 15 seconds deep into the second quarter. Mangione looked towards the bench to Kenny Cooper and said, what do you want us to do?
Cooper was talking to him, trying to tell him something to do. And that maybe is one of the difficulties of playing for Kenny Cooper. It's such a coach-directed team that the players lose some of the freedom to play by instinct.
Mangione finally decides to move into the zone. Ercole was in front, but Mayer picked up the loose ball. San Diego looks for the quick counterattack, and none better a player to find than Julie V on the outlet pass. Well, they call foul on Julie V. Baltimore gives that right away. Gene Wilrich coming onto the field off the bench, and surprising, the Blast defense. Foul against Baltimore. Free kick, Sox. Julie V tried to lob one into the penalty area for Paulo Mora. And here's Pat Ercole. Ercole, the former All-Star MVP, for Peter Barelich. Back down low for Ercole. Well, the trigonometry of that one, not quite right. 11:45 to go in the first half. Nice stop by Stankovic. Baltimore spins back the other way. Ercole on the run. But the speed of Adi Coker cuts him off at the pass. Bijerkovsky back for the Sox. Wilrich right side. In front was Kaz Dana. And that ripping shot bounced off the glass for Ercole, who goes back for Scott Manning. Heinz Wirtz. Ahead for Dave McWilliams. Back for Wirtz, filling up the right wing. Wirtz comes in. The drive right through, and that just missed from a difficult angle. I expected to see Wirtz go for the pass, but I believe he went to go for the goal. Wirtz back for Fink with 10:53 to go in the second quarter.
Very difficult to steal the ball the way Fernandez did without causing the foul. Almost trying to be like a stork, and you're having to stand on one leg to reach the other leg in and not make bodily contact or hold as you make that steal.
Mayer able to touch that ball only because the Baltimore player had touched it since possession by the San Diego Sockers. Nico Roman on the field now for the Sox. His outlet pass broken up, and they go all the way back to Alan Mayer. Kyle, how important do you think it is that Baltimore goes into the locker room with a lead?
Well, it will not kill them if they don't have the lead, but they certainly need to regain their confidence. They did a pretty good job in the first quarter, but San Diego's beginning to get back in the game.
You know, we pointed out as many similarities as we could between this series and the Islander-Edmonton series in the Stanley Cup. And the key in that series, I thought, was in the first game when the Islanders just sat back and Edmonton threw everything at them, and they were able to absorb it and come away with a win. Now I see Baltimore in a similar situation tonight. Their confidence has been threatened as it's been hammered, really. Now, if they control the play and really hustle and don't come away with a goal, I'd have to think they'll be hurting.
Well, there's no question they're going to have to, because their intensity level, they're not as skillful, despite what Kenny Cooper says. Baltimore is not as skillful as San Diego, and for them, intensity is a lot of their success quotient. And anytime you play with intensity on your side as part of the chemistry, time works against you.
Adi Coker finds the crowd with an errant blast.
Game 3 of this championship series. It's a blast one, and the San Diego Sockers won. Nick Mangione on the ball, the hometown player.
Mangione tried to feed Ercole in the box. He could not control. He's now being battled by Martin Donnelly. For the foul, this will be very similar to a corner kick for the Baltimore Blast. The crowd now chanting B-L-A-S-T. I guess you'd have to say, as Peter Barelich goes, so go the Baltimore Blast. He'll take the free kick. Gives it right away. Something didn't work right there. That was a design play, and someone was supposed to be there.
Well, I think one of the San Diego players didn't take the fake. San Diego playing a zone there, not playing a man-to-man. And I believe that play was set up as a man-to-man type of attacking play.
Good example of hustle from Peter Barelich. Here comes Nico Roman for the Sox. For Julie V. V is dangerous there. Loose in the slot. Stankovic can't clear. Namdar. And what sounded like a cannon shot echoed through the Civic Center as Barelich blocked the shot. Back comes Mangione. He moves inside. That shot was blocked by Donnelly. Out for Nikolic. Nice tackle by Roman to stop Mike Stankovic. Stankovic can't get away from Nico Roman. Bounce pass in front. And out come the Sox again. Namdar doing a good job to finally get that one out to the neutral third.
Namdar putting his arm out to indicate he wanted the pass in front of him.
Nicky Nikolic, a free agent signing in February, sends it back for Scott Manning. And the Blast move out right in front of their own bench. Heinz Wirtz. No one on that pass. In comes San Diego. Gene Wilrich for Martin Donnelly, and another shot blocked by Danny Counts. Pat Ercole slides out of the play. Paulo Mora with the ball. Heinz Wurtz gets it out now. Dave McWilliams on the run. McWilliams cuts to center, but Eric Geyer is there to knock it away.
That's the kind of tenacity, though, that Baltimore players are going to have.
It is Julie V with Gene Wilrich, Martin Donnelly, Paulo Mora, and Eric Geyer. For Baltimore, it is Joe Fink, Dave McWilliams, Heinz Wurtz, Danny Counts, and Nicky Nikolic. It is Nikolic in the corner battling with Julie V. Out comes McWilliams. It is 2-on-2 with Fink on the right side. This is the Big Mac attack. Fink banned on the shot, and Mayer kicked it away. McWilliams in pursuit of the corner. And slapped away by Eric Geyer. Julie V with Geyer on the left side. This is V. Right wing for Gene Wilrich. Wilrich for Mora. Mora tried to go through that maze of legs. Out comes Danny Counts on the rebound. Counts for McWilliams. Broken up by Geyer. That was one time a defender probably shouldn't have broken it up because the rebound came in front. Fink off target on that Karam pass with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. 1-1 still the score. Both goals coming in the first quarter. Wurtz scoring for Baltimore, and a few minutes later, Wilrich for San Diego. Adi Coker can't get around Jim Polahan. They call the foul against Adi Coker.
It's a nice hip check by Polahan. Heinz Wurtz, today's game, moving back to full defender, playing midfield on the bigger field out in San Diego. On the small field here, Kenny Cooper believes he can still get up front and attack because of the smaller field.
Barrow's looked for the foul, didn't get a whistle. Back come the Sockers of San Diego. Baltimore, a team averaging 7 goals a game through the playoffs. In games 1 and 2, they were shut out. That's how remarkable a feat it was for the Sockers to do what they did.
Pushing glass, direct free kick, San Diego.
Well, so far, for all the noise we expected, the Civic Center has been relatively quiet. San Diego with possession. Gary Collier tries to find Adi Coker. Pat Ercole almost gives it away. Almost takes it away. Now Ercole with Mangione on the right. Ercole had an admirable thought. He wanted to pass behind the defender and hope that Mangione would just keep going, but he stopped. And San Diego's got the ball. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. Kaz Dana with Julie V right in front of the crease. Stankovic pokes it away. It's a 2-on-1, but look at Guy Newman get back. Stankovic. For the second time in this game, he most obviously went to pass that ball to himself.
And we will have a corner kick, however, as you're looking at Pat Ercole, 11 goals in the
Oregon Soccer League Championship indoors last year, and now they're trying to do the remarkable. Win in an entirely new environment, the Major Indoor Soccer League. San Diego Soccer's leading this best of 5, 2 games to none.
Kick in, San Diego.
This will be a kick in for the San Diego Sockers. Alan Mayer, who was knocked up in the earlier part of this game, doesn't look to be too healthy right about now either.
A lot of pain. The referee just came out to ask him if he wanted to stop play so he could come off, and he said, "I'm all right." But he certainly doesn't look it.
Julie V tried to backheel it in, but a whistle stops play. Pushing against the Sockers as if you could tell that. Remember, Alan Mayer not feeling all that well right now. He's stopping shots that can break a rib. Julie V steals it away. It is 3-on-3. Nice move by V to get around Nikolic, but Nikolic recovers nicely. Kept alive by Fernandez in front. Stankovic is there. He gets it out from Mangione. In traffic, Sox take it back. Vijerkovsky in front. V couldn't get the header in the right direction. And Ercole with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3 as the Sox move into the Baltimore zone. Adi Coker with Callahan defending him. Dana. Vijerkovsky moving in behind him, and Dana sent it all the way up into the crowd, deflected.
Players have so much respect for Cass Dana that they're almost fearful of trying to go in and tackle him. And anybody who has played at the world-class level that Dana has certainly deserves respect, but indoors you've got the addition of the boards to help you funnel players. Outdoors you don't really have that.
For a moment there were 4 former Arrows on the field. Callahan and Ercole of Baltimore, Coker and V of San Diego. Joey Fink sends it over the glass. It'll be a kick in for the San Diego Sockers. Hilkes runs onto that lob pass from Donnelly. Now Joey Fink, hopeful that something may just pop free. It does. Fink comes in with counts on the right side. He's got him with a pass. Out at the point is
2-minute penalty. There's going to be a delay call on the 2-minute penalty.
Right you are, Kyle. And Martin Donnelly is screaming at his defensive mate, Nico Roman. But it is Donnelly, the man you see, he is going to go.
And once again, we apologize to you lip readers. Let's take a look on the replay. From behind, number 2, Martin Donnelly, who has scored a goal since he's come back from an injury in each of the playoff games, all 3. And so for the first time since game 1 in this series, we'll have a chance to see the Baltimore power play, the man advantage unit.
Donnelly for tripping at 12:04 of the second quarter. First man advantage of the game for Baltimore. High off the glass by Wirtz. As we keep a close eye on Alan Mayer to see just how bad his physical condition is and whether it will hamper him in his effort to stop the Baltimore Blast here. 1-1 still the score with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the half. McWilliams and Barelich with Wirtz, Stankovic, and Louis Nagy.
In the playoffs alone, Heinz Wirtz has 4 man advantage goals.
Barelich sent a shot in, and Louis Nagy, who is seeing action only on Baltimore's special teams. There's Nagy, number 21. Kenny Cooper, a firm believer in that you have to know their players and where they fit into your scheme the best, and he feels, at least for tonight, that Louis Nagy can help him in those short bursts when Baltimore is up or down a man. 2:23 to go in the second quarter. 1:26 to go, and the Donnelly penalty for San Diego. Wirtz for Nagy. For Barelich. The drive, rebounded out for McWilliams. Now Stankovic. Blocked by Roman, and up into the crowd.
Some good pressure being put on by Baltimore as they take the ball around the perimeter. Adi Coker forced Wirtz to play it down one side, and Wirtz skillfully did get it inside.
Watching Alan Mayer, whenever he has a chance, he seems to still want to double over in pain. Heinz Wirtz now for Peter Barelich. Wirtz high off the glass, and Mayer is really hurt. As soon as Mayer went up to attempt that save, he came down clutching his left hand. Wirtz, the drive, slapped over the glass by Mayer and deflected in front by McWilliams. Now, Kyle, watching Alan Mayer.
Mayer could not even catch that. It went right through his hands. He was fortunate. As you said, he did deflect it, but he tried to catch it.
Now keep in mind what San Diego has on the bench as far as backup goalkeeping is concerned is a lot of inexperience. I guess that's a redundancy. I guess they don't have a lot of inexperience. They have inexperience on the bench in Jim Gorsuch. Ron Newman will hesitate as long as he can, I would think, before putting Jim Gorsuch in the lineup. Burtz hits the post with 15 seconds to go in the man advantage. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go in the quarter. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Barrelich comes in. The drive deflected in front by McWilliams, his teammate. And with 5 ticks to go in the San Diego penalty, both teams will make a change and pull their specialty teams off the field and resume normal operations with 1:01 to go in the half.
Well, we're looking at Martin Donnelly from Northern Ireland, one of, I believe, what do we say, Al, 13 different countries represented by the San Diego soccer franchise.
All those nationalities must make for a lot of interesting situations in catering to the needs of the San Diego soccer team. Now, we saw an explosion there on the bench. Ron Newman absolutely livid. It looked like he was upset with Paulo Moura. He was yelling with Paulo Moura on the bench, but I believe that he was yelling because an exchange was not made quickly enough on the field. He wanted Moura on and somebody off, I believe. Well, we won't know for a while at least what he was screaming about, but he was quite heated up. Suffice it to say, he hasn't had an explosion like that in the playoffs so far. 34 seconds to go. Julie V breaks free, but Manning comes out to shut him down. Gene Wilrich along the right side.
Baltimore double teaming against the boards when they get the chance.
14 seconds to go. Donnelly looking for Julie V. V with 10 seconds to go. And it is clear that ought to do it for the first half. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the buzzer goes. Well, this is the best that the Baltimore Blast have done so far. They have a lot to be proud of. They put a lot of pressure on the San Diego Sockers in that first half. But to the Sockers' credit, they withstood the storm.
Have found residence here at the Civic Center in Baltimore. We're at halftime at the Baltimore Blast 1, San Diego Sockers 1, and here in the third game of the best 3 out of 5 championship series. As we've said before, this is the first time in the short history of the Major Indoor Soccer League that the New York Arrows have not been in the finals. Their 4-year domination was one to look up to and somewhat admire. And we'd like to take a few minutes now and look back at the Arrows' glory years. Yes, the king is dead, but long live the king.
It was in December of 1978 that Pete Rose kicked out the first ball, inaugurating the first season of play for both the New York Arrows and the Major Indoor Soccer League. The Arrows would go on to beat the Cincinnati Kids and most of the rest of the league en route to a 16-8 season and the first Major Indoor Soccer League Championship Series with the Philadelphia Fever. The Arrows' most potent weapon and the first true MISL superstar was number 7 Steve Jungle. In 18 games, he collected 43 goals and 25 assists. They were beginning to whisper his name around the league. He was always in the right place at the right time. But New York had another famous face, that of goalkeeper Shep Messing. This was one of the few mistakes the original Arrow would make in his championship debut. Later, it was Jungle again, this time dishing off to another young star, number 20, Bronco Segota. And Bronco notches his second goal of the day. He was only a teenager. And then a mad scramble. The result, the best goal of the first season for sure, maybe in the history of the league. The young Arrows' hustle is rewarded with a beautiful goal by number 15, Pat Ercole. The final score, 9-5. The first Major Indoor Soccer League trophy carried off by the champion New York Arrows. It would take 3 years to take it away. In year number 2, the Arrows made their first defense of their MISL championship. Again, they appeared in the finals, this time against the Houston Summit. As in the previous year, the story was number 7, Steve Shungle. Shungle, coming off an amazing 90-goal season, once again led the Arrows' charge toward their second consecutive championship with what many feel was the best indoor soccer team ever assembled. The team others feared was also fueled by number 20, Bronco Segota. Along with number 10, the unmistakable Julie V. But the game-winning goal later was scored by superstar Steve Shungle. The final score, 7-4 New York. That made for a very happy head coach, the architect of all this success, Don Popovich. The Arrows entered their second straight trophy, and another championship banner would fly from the rafters. For each of the next 2 years, the reigning Kings would meet the St. Louis Steamers in the championship finals. The Steamers would not fare very well. The 1980-81 season was capped by yet another Arrow championship in Championship 3. The Arrows' cast remained intact, and their firepower proved too much for the Steamers. Steve Shungle and Bronco Segota once again leading the charge. But in Championship 4, the cruelest blow was delivered. The Steamers had battled back to tie the score at 5, and just when it looked like overtime, Steve Shungle scores with 30 seconds left. Shungle, the money man, 103 regular season goals, 15 goals in 5 playoff games, had put the Steamers down for the second straight year. It was a memorable moment. The Arrows had won 4 out of 4 championships and once again took the victory lap, trophy raised high above their heads. The 1982-83 season had Arrows opponents jumping for joy. Most of the old champions can now be seen around the league in new uniforms and behind new benches. Most notably, the love-hate relationship between coach Don Popovich and superstar Steve Shungle, both now performing out west with Golden Bay. Julie V now wears a San Diego Sockers uniform. And Pat Ercole is a member of the Baltimore Blast, the team responsible for knocking out the Arrows from the playoffs. And so the end of an era to the only champions the MISL has ever known, and the class of the league for so many years. We take our hats off to you.
San Diego, as we've told you, winning 6-0 Friday, 7-0 on Sunday, and now the game that I guess, Al, Baltimore has just got to win to have any chance, obviously, but more than that, they've got to have a good effort to be able to go in the offseason with any kind of pride.
No, they're trying to do something that no one's ever been able to do before. That's defeat the San Diego Sockers in the playoffs. They're 13-0 overall in their playoff history. 2 goals scored in the first half. Let's take a look at what transpired. All the action came your way in the first quarter of play, and it was Baltimore who struck first.
And Davey McWilliams trying to go against the San Diego defense. We find out here that Alan Mayer is human. This shot by Heinsberg, certainly powerful but stoppable for Alan Mayer. And let's take another look at a slightly different angle. This time, ground side, as McWilliams is going to go to his right. And on the outside, here comes the pass. And Heinsberg will hit it. Let's see if there is a deflection in the defense. No, just a great shot. And Alan Mayer, we've seen him make so many great saves. And for Alan, 158 minutes and 52 seconds for this team. Alan, 154 minutes himself. About 4 minutes for Kaz Dana for that 158-minute record. And Kaz Dana, Lawrence Hilkes in midfield. Here's the pass by Hilkes to Gene Wilrich. Hilkes is the man who got the assist, and he really did deserve it. What we saw right there was the one-touch trap of Gene Wilrich. Hit it first time as Scott Manning came out unable to do anything on the shot.
Both teams making their way back onto the playing surface. As we get set for the third quarter in this Game 3 of the Major Indoor Soccer League's 5th championship series. San Diego, if they win tonight, will win the championship. The first time a team other than the New York Arrows will be able to hold the MISL trophy aloft.
And despite the applause that we now hear, I think, Al, this is probably the mellowest we've heard the Baltimore crowd in our USA history here at the Civic Center. And that due in part perhaps to their uncertainty as to whether their team can come back themselves.
I agree with you, Kyle. I really expected this place to be roaring tonight, and while at the start and after the goal this crowd did cheer, it's been kind of a stunned silence. These people seem to be reeling still from the 2 shutouts in games 1 and 2. On we go here in the third quarter. Al Trautwig along with Kyle Rote Jr. At the right point, Nick Mangione. Mangione down low for Ercole. Ercole looking for someone in the slot. Stankovic out for Mangione. Makes the move, comes in, and tried to pass when I think he should have shot. And it was blocked. 55 seconds into the third quarter. Gene Wilrich makes a run, but he is hammered. And down in a heap.
But they're up quickly.
Back comes Baltimore. Out for Mangione. Peter Barelich. His shot is blocked. And a great hustling play by Martin Donnelly. Stankovic out for Peter Barelich. Barelich took his eye off the ball or off the play for a brief second, and Julie V took the opportunity to steal it away.
Well, what he needed was some help. Barelich needed a teammate to yell. The crowd was not too loud at the moment, and nobody said anything to him about V coming up from behind.
Micah Bookdahl, our statistician, tells us that Baltimore outshot San Diego by 1, 16-15 in that first half. So the shots indicative of the play as far as the score is concerned. 1-1. Alan Mayer was forced to make 7 saves. Scott Manning made 4. Peter Barelich on the bench. He is motioning to Mike Stankovic as if to say something did not happen right there. We should point out also that while Mayer had those 2 shutouts in games 1 and 2, he was only forced to make 15 saves. So a lot of credit to that scrambling San Diego defense is due as well.
Call the black and blue squad for all those blocks, because while they haven't had a lot of shots from Baltimore, certainly the power with which Heinz Wirtz and Barelich and Stankovic can hit the ball is tremendous.
Joey Fink gets the outlet pass from Heinz Wirtz. It is Fink 1-on-2. Fink moves to the corner. In the slot, he's got McWilliams, who could not control the rebound pass in front. This will be a foul against Nicky Nikolic. And again, Lawrence Hilkus is down. Boy, he has taken his lump.
He's going to have to go to the hospital after this just to recover. Hilkus hit in the face, not by the foot, by the ball. But the call for high kicking against Baltimore.
And San Diego puts the Rocket Red soccer ball back into play. Lawrence Hilkus, soft touch off the boards, out for Collier. For Fernandez, spinning away from Counts. Hilkus tried the shot, but Wirtz was there with a split-second tackle to knock it away. Nico Roman for Vidal Fernandez. Danny Counts battling him along the boards. Gino DiPolito, the referee, right on top of the play. DiPolito patrolling the near boards. Toros Cabrician the far. Both of these referees with a great deal of international and overall soccer experience. Fernandez in front, off the chest of Gary Collier, and while that ball would not have rolled in, it was an alert Scott Manning who was right on top of the play. Breaking in is Dave McWilliams, but breaking off the goal line was Alan Mayer. And Mayer does not seem to be flinching each and every time he touches the ball in the second half. Julie V spins around Nicky Nikolic. Right through the box, off the right foot of Gary Collier. And McWilliams up into the crowd. This will give the ball to the San Diego Sockers.
A little bit unusual for McWilliams, who's one of the more skillful American forwards, Philadelphia Textile star, who has always been one of the highest scorers, and He's going to have a chance to get a little bit of rest, and we will too, as we'll take a break. 11:59 left in the third. It's the blast one, the Sockers one.
11 minutes and 59 seconds showing on the third quarter clock. The score is 1-1. Shachon Namdar with an interesting looking play that garnered San Diego very little. Stankovic and Palahan on defense as Baltimore moves with Mangione at midfield and Barelich with Ercole up front. It is Guy Newman defensively for the Sockers. He goes flying into the boards. Eric Geyer is there with Paulo Mura, Shachon Namdar, and Adi Coker.
Oh, I'm surprised that he didn't let it continue. That was a nice 1-2 off of Peter Barelich.
It wasn't
unintentional though it was.
Imagine the talent of a player, Kyle, who can pass the ball without even looking.
Oh, goodness.
And Barelich was not looking because he was hurt as he winces in pain. But on we go. Ercole, Barelich couldn't get a foot on that ball, and out comes Shachon Namdar. He waltzes his way across the midfield line. A pass ahead for Adi Coker. Manning is there. The outlet pass for Peter Barelich. And he negotiates his way around 3 defenders for San Diego. Ercole trying to spin and shoot. Palahan, the captain of the team, going for Ercole, but Guy Newman was there. Palahan, great save by Mayer. Adi Coker back to his talented goalkeeper. The outlet pass for Shachon Namdar.
Saw very little of Baltimore's ability to do what we just saw them do in games 1 and 2. That is, get the ball in the box, get 5 players over the red line, and attack in numbers. San Diego's defense was just too tough in games 1 and 2.
Barelich for Stankovic, hits the post. An interesting play by those 2 Yugoslavians, kicked away by Mayer on the long shot by Nikolic. Heinz Wirtz looking in the slot for somebody. Anybody. Nikolic shoots off the outside of his right foot. And Baltimore squeezing and squeezing, hoping to light that lamp. 10-10 to go. Ercole is taken down by Eric Geyer, and we will have a free kick from a dangerous position.
Actually, Geyer and all his San Diego teammates, believing that Ercole backed in, leaned in, and took the dive. Supposed to get 10 feet there, no more than 6 right now.
Peter Barelich is there. This is a time when Baltimore needs one of those plays that they use. Heinz Wirtz has his shot blocked. Wirtz really taken out of the play hard. Here's 3-on-2 for San Diego. V, left side, Wilrich, kick save by Scott Manning. The save of the game. 9:53 to go. Back comes Baltimore with Pat Ercole. For Wirtz, the drive blocked in front by Guy Newman. Danny Counts weaving his way through. His shot saved by Mayer. The quick counterattack for Julie V. Wide open on the right side is Dana. He comes in. And saved by Scott Manning. Now Julie V for Fernandez. In front. V tries to follow. Here's Kaz Dana. Blocked in front. Dana again up into the crowd. And that brings this crowd to life. Well, credit Scott Manning and nobody else for raising the level of adrenaline here. He made 2 spectacular saves. .9:17 to go.
Now that was the kind of save that we could not have even expected from Keith Van Aaron because of Van Aaron's injury to his ankle. Manning had gone down once, got back up against one of the most skillful players in soccer today.
No, that's the key. He didn't just make 2 great saves. He made 2 great saves on 2 of the best offensive players in this league. Scott Manning's heart is churning right about now. And the Baltimore Blast should take the opportunity to keep the momentum in their favor. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1-1 still the score. Martin Donnelly gives it away. Dave McWilliams along the boards, but Donnelly wards him off. Mayer out for Vidal Fernandez, who works a 1-2 with Adi Coker, but Palahan is back. He goes to his goalkeeper. And we go end to end.
See the distribution of Scott Manning just before the red line. He's looking for the break. Kenny Cooper says his distribution is better than Ben Aaron's.
Coker keeps it in the Baltimore zone barely. Foul on Jimmy Palahan. And that ball will have to come back. Palahan certainly one of the most likable players in this league and the captain of this Blast squad. There's Kenny Cooper, one of 3 coaches who have coached 100 wins in the Major Indoor Soccer League. Roy Turner and Don Popovich, the other 2. San Diego restarts. Lawrence Hilkes down low for Fernandez. He got off a dangerous shot, but Manning was hugging the boards. The outlet pass for Joey Fink. We've got a tremendous tug-of-war going in this Game 3 of the championship series. San Diego wins, they are the champions. If Baltimore wins, there'll be a Game 4. Whistle against San Diego. Stankovic with Wirtz. And Palahan with Fink and McWilliams. It is Donnelly and Bierzakowski, Mora with Namdar and Julie V. Danny Counts checks into the Baltimore lineup. Julie V, always dangerous. Met by Nikolic, and he loses the ball. Fink has it broken up by Bierzakowski. And a foul against Baltimore. And I just realized, Kyle, that as long as we are here in the Inner Harbor City, we ought to take the T out of it and just call it Baltimore like everybody else does.
Ron Newman has, on the bench, it's his Jekyll and Hyde personality, totally in opposition to what we saw in San Diego.
Well, that was a good call. Gary Collier was measuring the shoulders of Peter Barelich, and it will be a Baltimore free kick.
The only difficulty that Ron Newman has is which referee is he going to yell at the most. He's going at both of them. He's got a much more difficult time with DiPolito since DiPolito's on the far side, but his voice is certainly carrying.
Pat Ercole now out for the speedy little Nick Mangione. He sends a pass in front, but Vullrich is there again. Kept alive by Baltimore. Both teams scrambling here. Now Julie V. V thwarted in the game so far. He's been one of the most explosive players thus far in this series. 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the third chapter of the game. Mangione comes up with the steal. For Danny Counts, Peter Barelich, and now Pat Ercole. Ercole, Fink, and McWilliams completely absent so far in this series. A long shot by Barelich, blocked down by Mayer. Loose goal!
Replay, Danny Counts in the corner to Peter Barelich, who hits it first time. Alan Mayer unable to catch the shot. The ball goes outside the penalty area. Take a look again. Barelich with such a hard shot. There's the look. We can't even track it with our cameras. But Danny Counts fights Alan Mayer for the ball, gets it in front, and Pat Ercole gets goal number 2 on the night, goal number 2 in this series.
And goal number 12 of the playoffs from Danny Counts at 8:50. Back comes Joey Fink. Alan Mayer scoops it up. Baltimore leads in this game 2-1. And of course, in a best of 5, when a team goes up 2-0, when you win one game, you know that you have the ability to tie the series in your next game at home. Vidal Fernandez. Julie V off the outside of his right foot, and Fink attempts to clear. And one thing we know, and one thing that Baltimore knows, is that a 2-1 lead is not going to be enough against a skilled team like the San Diego Sockers. Collier slapped away by Scott Manning. Manning's made some beauties tonight. Heinsberg's trying to get it out, and he does. 2-on-2. Stankovic with Fink filling it up. He's got room. Fink, kick save by Mayer. A beauty. We've seen some great saves tonight. Stankovic. Dipsy doodling.
Stankovic has been shut out in games 1 and 2. Does, as Al said, the dipsy doodle back and forth. Gets Gary Collier off his center of ground, and with that extra step, finds the net. So we've got people standing here in Baltimore at the Civic Center. Hope you're enjoying this on USA Coast to Coast MISL Playoffs. Back with more after this.
They're on their feet in Charm City. 3-1, the Baltimore Blast lead. And it is a very frustrated Ron Newman that is parading in front of his team.
And the first time we've seen the smiles on the faces of the players clad in red and gold.
Literally every single person in this building is on their feet chanting. Everybody. Except Kyle and I.
Who are totally objective. The 4th year of Major Indoor Soccer League coverage on USA. Hope you're enjoying this. 3-1 Baltimore. 4:37 left in the 3rd.
Well, let's see what happens now. Can San Diego buckle down, or will Baltimore hang on? Hilkes rips one off the crossbar. 3-1, Baltimore leads. The Western champions, Coker trying to get around Callahan, and the whistle is blown.
Lawrence Hilkes yelling at the referee. He thought there should have been a 2-minute penalty for holding. Obstruction is the call.
And how many times in this series, Kyle, have we seen Mike Stankovic do that play? And we've often said too much dribbling, too much dribbling. Finally, it paid off for him. And we'll have a goal kick now for Baltimore.
Well, Eric Geyer, San Diego defender, has just made a fan in Baltimore very happy. Not only did he miss the goal, but he put it up about 80 rows in the darkness, and it's finally coming out of that tunnel behind that goal. You're looking at the man who has really inspired this team to keep them in the game. He's made certainly at least 2 very definite goal-saving saves.
Pat Ercole, number 11 for the Baltimore Blast. He dumps it in for Peter Barelich. Barelich marked tightly, but still breaks free. Gets a pass in front. Mangione and Chacha Namdar is there for San Diego, and they break out 3-on-2. Namdar for Hilkes, the drive, just misses wide. Coker can't corral the rebound. And a whistle against Adi Coker of San Diego. Oh, the San Diego team is lightning quick. But it was Baltimore scoring 2 goals in quick fashion themselves. At 8:50 and then at 10:20. Stankovic's first goal of the playoffs from Wirtz at 10:20. Callahan gets one in front. Mangione with the toe poke, and Mayer with a crucial save.
What's more important than that goal, Al, is didn't just give them a 2-goal lead, it gave them their confidence back.
Paulo Moura in front. Callahan kicks it away. This is Polahan again. Almost a little too much juggling, but he gets it away. Barrelich intended for Ercole. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Mora looking inside for Julie V. Heinz-Wirtz for Danny Counts, who plays the rebound. Marked by Mora, and Mayer just stands his ground, and dangerous play is called on Danny Counts. Free kick for the San Diego Sox.
Martin Donnelly trying to slow things down. The crowd and the Baltimore players picking up the rhythm.
Martin Donnelly along the boards. It's broken up by Nicky Nikolic. This is Wirtz. He's got Finkel alone in front. Billy missed the shot, and it's cleared by Martin Donnelly. Out to the midfield line for Julie V. He gave Joey Fink that shot 9 more times. He'd probably knock it in 9 more times. What a save! Beezer-Kopsky shot it wide, and Martin Donnelly ripped it in, and Manning pinned it against the boards. Beezer-Kopsky back for San Diego. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kyle, I remember a game, and I don't know if you were there with me, that Scott Manning had at the Spectrum in Philadelphia when he played for the Buffalo Stallions.
Sure.
That was one of the most miraculous goalkeeping performances I've ever seen in this league. Well, he's all juiced up tonight. He's made some super saves, and Baltimore's leading 3-1.
We made the annual goalkeeper highlight reel from that one game alone.
McWilliams, goal!
A la Julie V in San Diego. McWilliams on the turn. Tremendous volley. Take another look. There's the pass inside. He'll touch it once. Vidal Fernandez, the forward, is on him. And gets beaten as San Diego pulled their forward back in defense against McWilliams.
It is now 4-1. McWilliams is 9th of the playoff, first of the series.
Well, the game is far from over, but if you don't have plans Thursday night, be prepared. It's when Game 4 will come your way if it's necessary. If Baltimore can maintain this lead.
Just when I thought I had all the crab cakes I was going to have in one year. Julie V. Poked away by Mike Stankovic. Ercole all alone on the right side. But Stankovic could not find him with a pass. But you would have never seen that in games 1 and 2. A 2-on-1 break for Baltimore. Goal for San Diego. Gene Wilrich comes roaring back for a second of the game.
Just a tremendous shot. And Scott Manning cleanly beaten. But he's back up on his feet. The Baltimore people are back up on their feet. Here's Wilrich. He'll get it to his right foot. Turn it inside. There you can see the screwball spin on. He'll hit it with the right foot. It'll swing. Right foot will swing to his left. The ball will deflect off the post.
Oh, that goal was a real killer. It came with only 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. But Gene Wilrich gets his second of the game, 6th of the playoffs.
A la Fernando Valenzuela. The Scroogey.
And it is 4-2, the Sockers lead. The Baltimore Blast lead.
We're so used to saying it the other way.
Thanks for sticking up for me.
Yeah.
3 seconds to go. Now that last quarter should be quite interesting. Keep in mind, while Baltimore is playing to stave off elimination, as the buzzer sounds here, the San Diego Sockers are playing for the championship. A standing ovation at the Civic Center. And the love affair continues. One more quarter to go. 4-2. Baltimore has broken out in front by 2. We'll be back to Charm City in a minute. Ron Newman not saying very much to his team. They know what they have to do, but here's what happened moments ago. They do it each and every time. No matter where they play, the Baltimore Blast applauding the fans.
And for the Baltimore Blast players, it's the 19th time they've been able to walk on this turf and say thank you to a sellout crowd. And you think that crowd doesn't make any difference? Well, look at the score. 4-2 Baltimore. That third quarter, Baltimore 3 goals, 1 for San Diego. In shots, 13-8 for San Diego. And in saves, Manning was 6 and Mayer was 6.
And the beat goes on. Let's go down inside the Baltimore huddle. Kenny Cooper, a man with a mission. He's charged up there. He senses what could be a turnaround.
If I were to guess the point that he was making, he was saying when they collapse on you, we've got to have some runners making diagonal runs so that we can slot the ball or slide the ball to you. And don't anybody stand there and watch a teammate get double teamed. Give your teammate as many opportunities, as many options as you can. And theoretically, the max would be 5 if you count the goalkeeper. But in that first 2 games of the series, many Baltimore players felt they had no options because nobody was running to help out.
Last quarter of regulation time. Here we go. Mangione tries to get a pass in front. The quick counterattack from Kaz Dana of San Diego, who has been very quiet tonight. Swept away by Heinz Wirtz. Kept alive by Gary Collier. Peter Barelich cannot clear. Gene Wilrich, a 2-goal scorer for the Sox tonight, is taken down on the play, and out we come to the midfield line. Ercole feeding Stankovic with some room. He was cut off by Gary Collier and Gene Wilrich.
Wilrich makes a great play there coming back. He doesn't get credit even for a block, but he has a forward, makes that run back, double teams, and prevented a certain shot by Mike Stankovic.
We're 52 seconds deep into the 4th quarter. 4-2, Baltimore leading, needing a win to prevent that long, lonely summer. Alan Mayer out for Gerd Wierzchowski. And the mustachioed West German defender gets it out for Vidal Fernandez. Gary Collier dumps one in for Lawrence Hilkes. The rebound out for Julie V. For Wierzchowski. Tried to pass it to himself inside the box. It is kept alive by Gary Collier. Foul against Baltimore. This will be a free kick from a dangerous position. Wierzchowski, and Manning is there to pounce on it. He rifles it out for Ercole, one-on-one with Gary Collier. Ercole tripped up by Hilkes, but they say play on. Fernandez being worked on by Danny Counts and fouled by Peter Barelich, and a 2-minute penalty is coming up.
It's a good call.
And so the skillful no-goal patrol, the penalty-killing unit of the Baltimore Blast, will be tested again. They have already stopped San Diego in this game. The Sockers through the regular season.
Take a look again. It's a double team. It's Counts and Barelich. Counts from the backside, takes his knee out from under him.
The Sox through the regular season were 1 for 13 in man advantage against Baltimore. So far in this game, they're 0 for 1.
And now it's the Superman advantage as Alan Mayers come out of the nets for San Diego. Kaz Dana in the green shirt to take the free kick, putting 6 field players against just 4.
Well, this is now truly a larger gamble than was ever taken by San Diego employing this tactic in games 1 and 2. There is no one in goal for San Diego. They've got a 2-man advantage. V in front. Nagy, the long shot blocked by Dana. There's the danger. Gene Wilrich weaving his way through, blocked down in front. Wierzchowski now for Kaz Dana. It is 6 field players to 4. Julie V spinning, can't get away from Danny Counts. Out for Kaz Dana. 1:20 to go in the man advantage for Wilrich. Wierzchowski. Dana, his shot is blocked. Here's Danny Counts, the long attempt. Wierzchowski racing to get back. Nagy takes it to the corner and fans on the shot. Oh, Baltimore should have converted that one, I'll tell you that. Now they've got an opportunity with Dana coming in. Kick save by Scott Manning. 45 to go on the man advantage.
Baltimore players have got to be very tired. The ball's gone on the perimeter a great deal.
Wilrich sent that one right along the goal line. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. We'll hear a roar if Baltimore survives this. Manning looking to score a goal. Here it goes. Stopped by Wierzchowski, 6 feet short of the goal line. Oh, it's high drama here in Baltimore. This is great stuff. 10 seconds to go in that man advantage. And Wierzchowski just dumps it into the crowd, and back comes Alan Mayer. 8 seconds to go in the man advantage. 11:19 to go in the 4th quarter. We're looking forward to a wild ending.
You're looking at the field here at the Civic Center in Baltimore as the Blasts lead 4-2. 8 seconds left in the penalty to Barilich. And a timeout has been called as it looks like San Diego is going to put Alan Mayer back on the field. And it also gives Kenny Cooper a chance to discuss strategy with his players. There's Barilich, the lone man who's isolated at the moment on an island of his own, an island of penalties. As Baltimore this season led the MISL in penalty minutes. And that is not an unusual sight for the Baltimore players.
And we can see a little bit of
discord, discontent. And you can imagine with 13 different languages how Ron Newman is handling all this.
Well, it's real easy when it's 6-0 and 7-0. Let's go back and see where Scott Manning almost became the first goalkeeper. Well, we had a technical problem. Perhaps we'll get to that later. Scott Manning almost became the first goalkeeper in league history to score a goal in the playoffs. 3 keepers have done it in the regular season. And on we go. Nick Mangione for the Baltimore Blast. Inside for Pat Ercole. It is broken up. And here comes San Diego. Both teams at even strength. Taken away by Peter Bowledge. It's a 3-on-1. Mangione on the right. Here's Ercole. He couldn't control the pass from Peter Bowledge. That allows San Diego to regroup. Danny Counts is hammered, and it's taken away. 10:47 to go, and this is the 4th quarter of regulation time. Baltimore 4 and San Diego 2. This is a best-of-5 series. San Diego took the first 2 games in San Diego. Well, here it is, the play we promised earlier. Manning comes up firing.
Say, not a bad fastball.
Wierzchowski just did get there to prevent the goal, which would have made it 5-2. Baltimore will get a kick in.
Problem is, in the MISL, that fastball's got to travel 170 feet. Not a little over 60.
Well, certainly this is the easiest arena in the league for a goalkeeper to score a goal.
And remember, the ball has got to hit in midfield before the far red line to count. goalkeeper can't simply throw it from one end all the way into the goal on the other end. The ball must touch a player or touch the field somewhere there between the two red lines, as Manning did. He had it with about 8 feet to spare.
And I watched Keith Van Aaron, who's on the bench tonight, practicing before the game. Well, for a good half hour, all he did was practice throwing the ball the length of the field. It's got to be the ultimate challenge for a man in the goal. Heinz Wirtz, kick save by Mayer. Loose in front, and Fink couldn't poke it in. Mayer out of the net. But Lawrence Hilkes is there for San Diego. Now for Julie V. V dumps it in, but Stankovic is there for the home team. Joey Fink for Baltimore. Right angles one now for Wirtz. Wirtz the drive, and Mayer the save. He lunges it out for Vidal Fernandez, who dumps it over the shoulders of Kaz Dana. Dana hit hard by Danny Counts, and will have a free kick.
That was the matchup then in game one. Dana able to beat Counts on the second goal, I believe it was. Allen in the first game, as the ball hit the perimeter board.
Dana, goal for San Diego. It's a one-goal game with plenty of time remaining.
Most teams make runs. San Diego set a simple screen outside the key there, and Julie V found his pass inside. But as they say here in Baltimore, we still got the lead, folks. It's been whittled from a... Here's a look again. And you didn't see much movement on anybody's part. Just a nifty pass by Julie V. The leading point scorer in this 1983 playoff series.
San Diego now within one. Dana's 14th playoff goal. He leads the Sockers in playoff goals. That goal came at 5 minutes and 30 seconds of the fourth quarter. The clock now says 9 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the fourth. 2 straight goals by San Diego. One with 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the one you just saw. Mayer battling with Counts. That shot was blocked by Martin Donnelly.
Call a handball against Baltimore.
And of course, Gino DiPolito, as he always is, very sympathetic. And on we go. Kaz Dana, marked tightly by Danny Counts. Counts, who's very quietly done a good job on Kaz Dana here tonight. Aside from that goal, Dana virtually invisible in the offensive scheme of things for San Diego. Here's Dana. Out for Julie V. Also ineffective tonight. V just misses high at the 90 degree. Wilrich. He's got some space. Saved by Scott Manning. Dave McWilliams can't win it away from Gene Wilrich. Dana feeds the right side, but no one is there for San Diego. Here's a break for Dave McWilliams. He comes in on Mayer. Goal!
No call. No call. No goal. Well, the understatement of the year is to say that that is an unpopular call in Baltimore.
There was a foul back at the midfield line, said Gino DiPolito. And the scoreboard remains the same, 4-3, with 7:48 to go.
McWilliams took that very nicely, too, didn't he?
Nifty pass attempt by Julie V. Broken up, and back comes Baltimore's blast. Heinz Wirtz for McWilliams, right through the box. Fernandez, met by Joe Fink. They call a foul on Baltimore's number 14. Here's
Take a look at the foul that canceled the goal. Here, right against the near boards. McWilliams with the push from behind to try to leave the channel open for the pass.
Back live, Julie V. fans on the shot. And here's Baltimore again. Peter Barrett feeding the left side where Nick Mangioni's in hot pursuit. Mangione moves it out to the midfield line now for Mike Stankovic. 7 minutes to go.
Scott saying, don't pass me the ball. I can't pick it up.
Peter Barrelich gives it away. Martin Donnelly is there. And there's some screaming going on amongst these San Diego teammates.
Ijakowski waiting to get teammates on the field as San Diego took that opportunity to get 3 fresh players on.
Kazdana for Vijakovsky as San Diego feeling the frustration of the dramatic turnaround that we have seen take place here tonight. Gene Wilrich tackled away. The effort by Mike Stankovic, number 5 for the Blast. Alan Mayer.
Giving Mayer an awful lot of respect, allowing him to come out. Of course, they don't want to give up their man-to-man assignments.
Gene Wilrich being pestered tremendously by Mike Stankovic. Julie V wanted that ball, but didn't get it. Kazdana. Now finally for V. But Baltimore doesn't mind giving Julie V the ball out at midfield, but here he comes. Dana's shot was blocked. Another shot. Manning was there.
Manning was not only there, he was screened. Had to make a reaction save.
5 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Nervous moments for the Baltimore Blast. Their season hinging on whether they can protect a 1-goal lead. Gary Collier brings it inside. Collier out for Fernandez. Back for Collier. Collier hooked away by Mike Stankovic. Collier keeps it, now gives it away. Fink on a run. Great tackle by Nico Roman. Ahead for Julie V. He tries to slide it behind Nikolic. Bounce pass in front. Fernandez with some room. Blocked by Fink. Loose in front. And Manning goes up for the save. We're seeing some courageous goalkeeping for Baltimore in the nets tonight. Four minutes and 34 seconds to go. Heinz Wirtz, Baltimore with a 1-goal lead. Danny Counts back for Wirtz. Wirtz pinned up against the boards by Alan Mayer. He rifles it out for Julie V. Drop pass for Gene Wilrich. And they work the 1-2. V coming in. Kick save by Manning. I thought V found the corner on that one, Kyle.
We saw Kazdana do that in game 2. Merely slide the ball with all the confusion inside the box.
McWilliams trying to feed Louis Nagy. Mayer comes up looking for V. He's got him with a pass, but he's being pestered by Nicky Nikolic. Foul on number 24 of Baltimore. Free kick for San Diego.
Call again for obstruction.
3 minutes, 42 seconds to go. And of all the playoff encounters I've seen on USA, and I mean all the sports, this is one of the most dramatic that we've carried in the playoff season so far. Lawrence Hilkes. Guy Newman pokes it in front. And it's cleared miraculously by Nick Mangione. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. San Diego, and here's the bad news for Baltimore, has been controlling the play in the last 3 or 4 minutes. They've been getting their shots.
Really have. 200 ticks of the clock now.
Wilrich. Dana's shot is blocked. Guy Newman back defensively for the Sockers. He spins it around. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Eric Geyer for Vidal Fernandez. Danny Counts marking him. Here's some space. It's loose in front. It's still loose. Finally, Manning. But he allows it to be kicked away. Polahan injured in the box. A mad scramble. Polahan is up but hurt. Geyer rips one into the crowd. Jim Holohan is down and out. But the mad scramble continues in front of Scott Manning and the Baltimore goal. Can it continue? We'll see. Jim Holohan still in the penalty box for Baltimore. And it's almost a curse word when you say the word knee in front of an athlete, but that's what Jim Holohan is having looked at right now. And I guess when you think of it, knee is a four-letter word. Holohan limps off.
And I think we're going to see Martin Donnelly going in goal. And a little strategy of Kenny Cooper as he tries to pull out the diagrams and show Peter Berlich what he wants done. So Alan Mayer off the field for San Diego.
Goal kick upcoming for Baltimore.
And for Martin Donnelly, his very first appearance in the playoffs in goal. In fact, his very first appearance in the whole season in goal. It's normally Eric Geyer or Kaz Dana, naturally. Guy Newman has played 5 games for very few minutes. And so in a high-pressure situation, Martin Donnelly, a man who scored a goal a playoff game up until today, gets his shot.
The crowd chanting, "We want a goal." And I have a feeling they'll settle for a big save. Baltimore 4, San Diego 3. And the clock ticks down. San Diego takes it right away on that restart. No one tending the goal for San Diego. They have the man advantage as a result of strategy, not as a result of penalty. Gene Wilrich comes in. Down low for Coker. Kick save in front. A mad scramble. Loose in front again. Manning comes up big. He throws it out.
That's a good throw.
Martin Donnelly is back with Dave McWilliams. Gutsy play by Donnelly. He kept it alive. Boy, San Diego has come very close. Kaz Dana out for Donnelly. 2 minutes to go. Out for Donnelly again. Mostly everybody is standing here. Coker pushed off the ball by Stankovic, but a whistle stops the clock at 1:50 for a San Diego free kick.
Pushing against Baltimore, so it will be a direct free kick, meaning Julie V can try to kick the ball directly at the goal, which is going to force at least one player to be in the wall. And V, with that tremendous skill that we've been able to see, you remember game 1 from near this same position outside of the right foot, was able to curve the ball, and Davey McWilliams needs to line up precisely to block the path to the goal.
Julie V on the restart, out for Kaz Dana, heads it into the corner for Fernandez. Here comes Donnelly, kept in. Loose in front, cleared by Stankovic, kept alive. Here it is! That was the chance. Gene Wilrich had the chance and missed it. Back comes Baltimore. Dave McWilliams, stolen away by Wilrich. And here is Martin Donnelly. 1:28 to go. Boy, did Gene Wilrich have a chance. Donnelly crosses the midfield line, now feeds Wilrich. Down low for Coker. Outside for Dana. For Fernandez.
High kicking.
And what Baltimore is doing is they're flooding the box with as many defenders as they can.
I'm surprised they called it against Baltimore. Both players put their foot up in the air.
1 minute, 12 seconds to go. V. Donnelly. Saved by Manning.
2-minute penalty against Vidal Fernandez. Mike Stankovic, Danny Counts, I should say, kisses Fernandez on top of the head to thank him.
And look at Ron Newman. He's going crazy on the San Diego bench. Well, he was a moment ago. Trust me, he really was. 1 minute, 7 seconds to go. Now Scott Manning is being attended to by Randy G., Baltimore trainer. Boy, it's been an exciting climax to this game. It's not over. 67 seconds to go.
Keith Van Aaron beginning to warm up in the Baltimore bench. Here's what happened. Take a look. The ball being passed back to Martin Donnelly. There's the shot by Donnelly, and a tremendous save as Manning had already gone down. And at that point, Vidal Fernandez tries to kick the ball out of the secure grasp of Scott Manning. And in that attempt, and perhaps in partial frustration, will now cool his heels for the rest of the game.
Without question, the hero of this game tonight. He came in with the potential of becoming the hero, and he has lived up to it if he can only survive 67 more seconds. Dangerous play against Vidal Fernandez with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Now what is San Diego going to do? They're going to stay with Martin Donnelly and no goalkeeper.
They're also claiming, and Cooper is banging on the boards now. He's angry. I'd love to take his blood pressure right now. Not going to be 120/70.
Scott Manning puts it into play. 1 minute to go. Foul against Baltimore. Free kick San Diego. 59 ticks of the clock. Can Baltimore hand San Diego its first playoff loss ever? A gutsy shot blocked by Peter Barelich. These players are scrambling all over the field, and that's what you'd expect. Here comes McWilliams. Great save by Donnelly. Barelich the header. Another great save by Donnelly.
Well,
back on his heels.
What a great save.
For a defender, it was a great save. 35 seconds to go. Loose in front. Julie V has it knocked away, but a whistle had blown before the play.
Tripping against Julie V. So Scott Manning, number 31, with just 31 seconds left on the clock.
On we go. Manning tries to kill some time. He gives it away. San Diego will have another chance. 23 seconds to go. Here comes Wilrich. Left side. Saved by Manning again. 17 seconds to go. The outlet pass for Barelich. Broken up, but a foul.
It was Julie V who said, throw in the towel. Peter Barelich pointing to the clock, mocking the San Diego players.
Stankovic, broken up. 6 seconds to go. One last chance for Julie V, but he won't get to it. That is it.
Well, Julie V said in the paper today it was the men against the boys, meaning the soccer dominance of Baltimore was like men playing against boys. And this man has led a group of boys perhaps to another stage towards manhood. Julie V also said they should throw in the towel. I see no towels.
Well, if you love a good sports story, there's one for you. Scott Manning filling in for what has been the #1 goalkeeper all year long, Keith Van Aaron, and coming up with some miraculous saves, not only down the stretch, but throughout the entire game. What we didn't see was Ron Newman and Adi Coker really screaming and tangling with the referees before they made their way off the field. And what we have seen tonight is the first playoff loss for the San Diego Sockers in their history. And this place will be sold out again on Thursday night, and we'll be here. A dramatic finish, and the Baltimore Blast hang on to defeat the San Diego Sockers by 1 goal. We'll be back.